Well, hi everybody.
Hello, hello, hello.
How are ya?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, you know what? I'm as fine as frog fur. You know what that means, don't you? Fine as frog fur.
No, I
Hi,
love
KMM.
them.
KMM got my soap, and she told me it
Oh,
smelled
yay.
amazing. There she is.
Oh, yay. Hello, apple. Apple, apple, apple of my eye. You can do. I can,
Hello, hello, hello.
you can do this one, can't? Yeah, there.
You came home.
Oh,
Hello, Royal Apple. Welcome to the show.
Oh, we're live.
we are live. Yes, we are. We are live.
Hi,
Yep.
Linda. Hi, Connie.
Well,
Hello.
hello.
I have a sinusitis. I don't know, and so my nose is closed, but my heart is open.
Oh, that's all it
Ah,
me. That's all it takes.
that's
Roll apple. That's
right.
all it takes. Apple. You know what? As long as your heart's open, everything else is good. Always good.
Right?
You are my Trumpster today.
Well, I gotta tell you something. I've been reading Second Samuel, First Second Samuel, and you know that Solomon wanted David dead, right? And he tried to kill him 18 times.
Wow. That's
Well,
good.
he chucked a spear at him, and I'm trying to remember exactly what chapter it is. I want to say it's 12, but anyway, he chucked a spear at him and hit him on the right side, grazing him.
Thank you for reminding me what happened. Yes.
Yes, and so it was kind of funny how that just happened to take place with DT. Hit
Well,
him on
Right.
the right side and grazed him. I just FYI, just kind of coincidental, right?
Hmm. Yep, yep.
Yeah, how that bullet grazed him on the right side.
Yep.
All right. KMM
You
says
got a
hello,
great
Royal.
hi, KMM. You you should show up too.
Well, we're gonna let you tell what it took you to become a citizen and how much you had to go through, other than just running across the border with your backpack.
we got a great show.
That's right. That's right. So there is there is some paperwork you have to do. You have to go to the consulate. The American consulate,
Mm-hmm.
and there's one in each city. Um,
Wait,
but I had
Royal
to
Apple.
stay back. I came here. I got married. That's why I could have gotten married. I mean, I could have gotten the citizenship before I got it. I didn't care for it. All I had needed was a visa to work.
Uh-huh.
So I had the visa. It's called alien visa, as a matter of fact.
Wow. Okay, go ahead.
So and it looks like a green. It's called a green card. After 5 years of marriage, you can fill out again and become a citizen.
So
Hmm.
you have to wait 5 years?
Yeah.
Now, when you first got here, what consulate did you have to go to? Was there the federal consulate or could you go like to wherever you were going to live?
Okay. I first went to the American consulate in Naples, in the Italy.
Oh,
I
okay.
had to go
All
through the
right.
American consulate in Naples. Yeah, I had to go to the American consulate in Italy. Yeah. So if you live in Cambodia, you have to go to the American consulate in Cambodia. If you live in Chile, same. There's an
Okay.
American consulate for each country, foreign country.
Okay.
Oh,
And I just got to tell you, I love your accent.
I love to listen to her. But
All right.
it doesn't do very good with my southern twang, I'm telling you. Hey, so tell me, and you had to study everything?
All I know that I wanted to be here and stay with my husband, right? I mean,
Sure, sure.
but I didn't do the other stuff until I got separated. It was after 10 years. After 10 years, I decided to to become a citizen because you can
Mhm.
get a passport then. I didn't have a passport, did I? I did. But you have a different passport when you become American. Yes.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. What does it look like? Is it like a
Blue. It's
it
blue.
Oh,
The
okay. So
European is burgundy
okay.
Oh, okay.
color.
Okay.
Yes. But we did travel a lot. We did travel a lot to the United States and Italy.
Hmm.
I would love to live in Italy or at least get to go visit because they have, I told you they had those boxes on the doorstep where they put wine instead of milk.
The wine.
Now,
Yeah.
why did you decide to stay here
Oh,
um instead of
mhm.
going back after you separated?
With my daughter,
Uh-huh.
my daughter's a special need, and I had a
Okay.
job. I was sort of like fighting because I wanted her to still see her daddy. You know.
Sure. Sure.
Right. Right. Okay, I get it. I get it. I was just, thinking of questions that people might, have.
Well, many times I wanted to just go back. Hmm.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
liked it better there than you do here?
I still do love it better back home. Everybody likes to be home.
Home. You know
Yeah.
what? You're right. You're right. Home is always better, no matter where you're from, because
Right.
you're used to it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I have to agree.
Even
Yeah.
if you come from the chicken poop.
Right? Right. You still, there you go. Well, I understand that. I mean, you know what?
Uh,
It's hard going to a different country. And then it was your English really good at that time?
no, not that good. I still
So
tried.
So,
so there's a communication barrier there too, and when you move from another country and you come
right.
in here and everybody's talking, you know what they're talking about, and it's like, what is this? What is she saying? What does she
Right.
mean? You know? And I noticed that in America we got a lot of slang things. We say like stupid things like if I'll be there if how does it go? My daddy used to say it all the time. I'll be there if the creek don't rise or something. What was it? Something crazy. I'll be there. God willing, and the creek don't rise, I'll be there. That's how he
Right.
said it.
Right.
And I used to think, oh, well, I
Right.
don't have a creek by me, Daddy, so I don't know if it's ever going to rise.
See, I have a girlfriend here. She's from the Philippines, and she
Hmm.
said it was hard to study to become a citizen.
Okay, so once you go to the consulate and you say you want to become a citizen over here,
Hmm.
so
Mhm.
now once you get here, what do you have to do once you arrive here?
The first, I say it to you, you have to fill out all the paperwork. I think there's some payment, but I forgot.
Uh-huh.
Everybody pays to the pay 800, more than 800. Now it's more than $800.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't know, remember. I don't think it was more than 200 when I did 2017 is when I did mine. In 2017, I think. 2017. I waited a very long time before I cared for it. Uh-huh. How many years ago? 2 or 3? In 2003, Alma paid 600 something. They will have to lower this expense
Mhm.
to be so high. The taxes, they will
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah.
My cousin married a girl from the Philippines, and she's She's here now. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah. Let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember where she said she was from, though. What part of the Philippines?
So then did
I probably
you
wouldn't. I probably wouldn't pronounce it right anyway, so it don't matter.
so did they
Manila.
then tell you what you needed to do to become a citizen?
Well, the thing is, all the paperwork it's in English. You
Okay.
know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so
And you have to learn the Pledge of Allegiance and the Constitution and all that stuff, don't you?
not really. No.
No, because I someone I knew had to do that. Had
No,
to
you go.
learn.
There's a at the end. Basically, you have a 1 day meeting in the Hall of San Francisco, and then you can do
When
the
you are ready,
yeah,
warm.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
beautiful. It's like high school.
yeah. Me
Do
and
you
I
have
went
to
How
take
to the
funny!
tests
How
at all?
funny!
theater
They say,
in
huh?
Oakland.
Oakland,
I swear there.
San Francisco. Near
Out
the
there,
hotel, your daughter. Do you know that expensive
the
hotel?
Masonic, the Masonic.
It's called Masonic.
Yeah,
Uh,
Masonic.
hmm.
Let me see if I can see where Stephanie's from. I'm gonna
Um,
mess it up though. I'm telling you right now.
do you have to take any tests or anything?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, you do take tests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what do you need to
very
know? Do you so you
History,
don't
history about the United
yeah.
States,
Mm-hmm.
geography,
Another
and
questions.
then the more or less they ask you to, if you know a couple of the presidents,
mm-hmm.
and the year of the Constitution.
Who's the
So
first? Who's the first?
the first and the last, at least.
No, the
Can you
first.
name?
No, the first people came in the
Oh,
in the
what's the name
United
of the
States.
people that came here?
Yeah, the Native
Oh,
Americans. Like that.
the Native Americans have nothing to do with it, baby.
Yeah, that
They did.
they asked.
They asked
Uh,
about.
In my
all right.
phone.
Stephanie is from Alfonso Cavite. Is that right?
Cavite, Cavite, yeah, Cavite.
Yeah.
That's what
Told you I'd mess it up. I told you I'd mess it up. I knew I couldn't pronounce it
Mm-hmm.
right.
Cavite.
Ah,
Yes, Cavite.
there you go. So you know Stephanie, huh? Hmm.
Alright.
She's from the Philippines.
Yeah, Filipina.
Uh huh. And the guy across the street is married to one too. But she's quite a bit older. I don't know where she's from. We talk every once in a while, but I never asked her where she was from. I
Hmm.
just know that she said that she was from the Philippines.
Filipina also Cavite.
Well, Trump is going to be president. Come on, and then they're going take all these strange people out. 10 million people that they have
You know
stolen.
what? I think it's up more around 19 million people is a real truth apple, but they're not telling us.
Oh,
What? 19
I
million
think it's up
people.
19
Oh,
million.
immigrants,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
illegal
Mm-hmm.
aliens.
Illegal. The illegal ones.
illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Legal alien.
Hmm. I
You
wish.
know what? I'm not against anybody coming to the United States and living
Exactly.
at all. You
Exactly.
know what? I welcome them with open arms, but just come in legally. Don't run across the border. And then you know what I'm going to tell you about that. So right now when they come across the border, they get a cell phone and it's supposed to track them so we know where they're at all times. Well, right outside the gate of where they come in, there's a great big dumpster there and it's full of cell phones
Mm,
because they throw them away so nobody can find out where they're at.
that's horrible. That's horrible. I mean, my thing is this: if we went to another country, they wouldn't hand you a cell phone, $5 or $10,000 Visa card, and they wouldn't put you up in a nice hotel, even if it's for 6 months, and feed you for 6 months.
I
No
can
other.
guarantee you these two ladies never got anything from the government. They had to pay.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, your friend that's there, what did she come in on a marriage visa too? Did we lose? We lost Royal Apple.
We lost Royal Apple. I don't know where she went.
Oh, so sad. She'll be back
Oh,
hopefully.
she will.
So, yeah, I see. I thought there was a lot more to it.
Well, I
We're here.
think way back in the day, you had to study all that stuff and you had to say the Constitution, you had to know all the Bill of Rights and all that stuff. And then they got them all in a room and they had to put their hand up and swear they had to swear their
Yeah,
allegiance.
yeah. That's. I mean, I'm going way back to 2000 because I had some employees in Virginia that were becoming citizens, and oh my goodness, she was studying and studying, and she had to take a huge test. She needed the day off to go take the test because it was like a 6-hour test. So I guess through the years it's been getting more and more lax. I don't know.
I don't know. What scares me though is, well, when DT said, uh, he made the comment. He said, "Oh, well," he said, "We're going to start doing our RNC meetings in Venezuela now because they don't have any crime
Right.
because they're all here."
Right. Well, yeah, they are. Everybody's criminals are here. Well, I shouldn't say everybody's criminals, but a good portion of, like Brazil, Venezuela, Nicaragua,
The
like
illegal ones, the illegal ones are.
Haiti. Haiti's a big one that's coming in from Florida.
Oh, you know what? I seen some. I was going in the Walmart and I was walking along, and all of a sudden I heard this language going, and I had never heard the language ever in my life. And I thought, what the heck is that? Because, of course, this is a predominantly Hispanic country. So, I mean, I'm real familiar with the difference in the Cubans and the
Oh boy.
and the Colombians. And how come your
I'm here.
camera just went away?
Yeah, I gotta. Oh my goodness. What
Anyway,
in the world?
and those different areas, but the one that I really, this one was not anywhere near, and I've heard the Asian languages, so I know them. This wasn't an Asian language either, and I thought, what language is that I'm hearing? And I went around the corner. Now it must have been either Haitian or African,
Ah,
and I thought, who's going to talk to these people if they don't know English? Who's going to talk to them?
well, what about maybe Jamaican?
Oh no, because Jamaicans, I know the Jamaican accent. No, this was way different. This one, and South Africa actually has kind of a English accent. They speak English, and it's kind of an
Right, right.
British accent. But
Well, I mean,
no,
this may
that,
come out wrong, and I apologize if it does, but were they extremely dark?
hmm hmm
Those are usually Africans that
hmm
are usually really, really dark,
hmm
like South Africa,
right.
deep South Africa.
So I didn't say much. I just kept on going. I just wasn't going to say anything. I was just curious what the person looked like. Did kind of an idea, but
Yeah.
I mm-mm,
Hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't
Mm,
know. It was uh
mm,
it was fascinating. I love different accents in different countries and stuff, but this one I thought he said a whole sentence in like two words,
right,
two grunt sounds.
right. Ah, grunt sounds?
Well, it's, I didn't mean it like that. I just just kind of
That
her
sounds
daughter
weird.
petitioned her. Oh, that's how she got here. Alma got here because her daughter petitioned for her to come here.
Oh, okay.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
All right, you guys. We're gonna continue this discussion, but I have to do this as a preview for tomorrow. Look at these. How
Now,
cool are they?
don't you look like Hollywood?
Yep, yep, yep.
Hollyweird.
Okay, I'll take those off. Since
And
you
her
went to
daughter married
Hollyweird.
a U.S. man. Well, good.
Well, that's awesome. Was he military? And Royal Apple was your, I don't know, ex-husband, husband? Was he military?
I don't know why she can't pop back on.
I don't know. Maybe she doesn't want to. Maybe she doesn't like us anymore.
She don't. That's the way it goes.
I know.
We run them
But we
off.
love
We
you.
run them off, Linda. We run them off.
Oh, he
U.S.
was a
teacher.
teacher. Okay. Busy making stuff.
Um. So KMN bought a couple bars of soap, and I gotta ask because inquiry minds want to know what
Yeah.
was your favorite flavor? Listen to me like it's ice cream. They said I was hearing that I really missed out not seeing AOC today,
You did.
but she was really bright. And
You
I
did.
and I have the
Mm.
hardest time believing that woman was bright because I think she's about as dumb as a wooden watch.
I don't know. I wouldn't say bright, but she wasn't her normal bitch self.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was very downtoned
She was
and
calm.
she was calm. And
Hmm.
she wanted answers. She wanted to know how and why this happened. And said, would this, what if it was Biden that got shot?
Well,
You
she
know?
better worry about him.
So, I mean, I'm just saying, I couldn't believe because I watched a good few hours of it and I couldn't, and then I, had to get my butt in gear and do life. And I couldn't believe the Democrat side that were really getting in to what's her name? Chelsea, whatever the last name is. Chalise, something like that.
Is that the
Khalees.
lady the one that runs
Yeah,
the
yeah,
okay, all
yeah.
right.
Um, she really, you want to talk about what is that called on the sports field when they duck and evade and duck and elude? You
Hmm.
know, that's all she did. That's all that woman did. A whole lot of without saying I don't know, a
She
whole lot of
dodged a
I don't
lot, huh?
oh my god. Duck and dodge. That's what I was looking for. Um yeah. Yeah,
You know
she
what?
dodged. And they all kept saying the same thing. You're not answering the questions. You're not answering the questions. Even the Dems were getting pissed. They were getting very angry with her and they're like, "You haven't answered anyone's question." And they're very simple questions we're asking you. They're very simple. Like
Hmm.
who was in charge of the perimeter?
Well, there were two there. You realize that, right? One was on the water tower.
No. There was only one shooter.
No, they
That's what
said there was one on the water tower.
even the committee said was
Hmm.
that there was only one.
See, now that's weird. I wonder where that information came from because they were saying there was another one, and he was on the water tower.
I mean, it's very possible, Connie. It's very, very possible because she said, to my knowledge, there was one. So, I mean, how do you run? Okay. How do you run a organization like that and not know what's going on when you really only have 5 people that you're protecting through Secret Service. How do you not know? How?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't understand one bit of it. I don't understand why he wasn't protected as well as he was. And then of course then you hear everybody was making their comment about how there are no female um Secret Service. And I thought, well, that's kind of prejudiced you said that. Why I mean,
Well, here's the thing. Here's my opinion. My opinion is that I believe
mm,
the female Secret Service should do for the, first lady and do for like Bush, Laura Bush, and I mean, I really don't believe that Hillary Clinton needs Secret Service at all.
all right, well let's go here. Anybody want to take odds that Hillary's going to be one of the running mates? We were talking about this today. How about this? Let me throw one out at you.
Wait
What
a
would
minute.
happen?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Somebody asked the question, did the same people to make Biden quit try to take Trump's life? Can you believe the answer was yes? Where did you hear that, Royal Apple? Was that during the thing today?
Well, that puts Hillary in the running.
Oh
Uh,
my God.
okay,
Okay, go on.
so let's think about this for a second. I'm gonna throw a couple suggestions out to you, and I want your honest opinion. All right, so we could have. We already know we're not. Come on, we already know that nobody wants Kamala, right? Cackling Kamala, nobody wants. But let's think about this for a second. $91 million will be distributed to the next candidate, and
Oh,
she's
she
already
raised
on the
81.
ticket. She's already on the ticket, so it would be her 91 million, right?
Right.
So Obama could be vice president.
Yeah.
He can't do another presidential, but he can do a vice presidential. So you could
Welcome
have
to the fourth term.
Harris. Yeah, thank you. That's what I thought. All right. So okay, so we could do that. Or we could just kick Kamala out completely.
Yeah,
And
they
what
won't.
would happen if we had a Clinton Obama ticket?
No, no. The top. I'm telling you, it's really scary because they've got I don't know, maybe 10, 12, and they're going to governors. Governors for vice
Whitmire.
president.
Whitmire. They want Whitmire. I don't
Witless.
know, and it's I don't. Yeah, I don't know much about her,
No,
but
her
that's
name's Whitmer. Her name's Whitmer, but she's got the sense of not. She's got no brains, no brains whatsoever. Her lockdown was so flippin' ridiculous. Oh my god! Her husband was out on his boat up north, running around, partying it up. She would go up there, but nobody else was. You couldn't even go to Home Depot, and they closed the paint aisle.
wow. I didn't know. Who she's governor or what? Whitmire is.
Michigan.
Oh, is
Michigan.
she Michigan? I didn't know that. Oh, isn't that great?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, yeah.
great.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
wonder you know her so well.
Oh, I wish I did. I mean, I wish I didn't. But she had draconian lockdown. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you because people were, they're stuck at home. So we'll go to Home Depot, we'll buy stuff, we'll fix stuff around the house, we'll buy paint, we'll paint, blah, blah, blah. No, she closed the paint tiles. Why? Why? She had them block off the paint aisles. I don't get it. You could buy
I
wood.
don't either. I don't either. I don't get it. What paint gonna do to you?
You could buy wood. You could buy, anything you wanted at Home Depot but paint. Because I don't know, maybe because you had to have interaction with somebody to get the paint. I don't know.
That just doesn't. That doesn't
No,
make any sense.
no,
That just
not
doesn't make
at
any
all.
sense. I'm sorry. That don't make any sense.
No. She was horrible. She is absolutely horrible. Where is KMM still in here? She
I
never
don't know.
answers
She
me.
never answered me. She said she was having bad storms, though. I
This
was
is
hoping she was still here.
yeah, we're supposed to get those storms too.
Well, so just so everybody knows, there's a storm getting ready to hit in to go into the Gulf,
Oh
and
yeah,
that one, and that's going to be Debbie. Yeah,
really?
yeah,
Is she going to be a wicked one?
Debbie Downer. I sure hope she is.
I never met a Debbie I liked.
Well, I met a few I like, but let's just
No, I'm
hope
just
that.
kidding.
But let's
I'm
just
just
hope she.
kidding.
Let's just hope that she fizzles out because we
Yeah,
don't need another barrel.
she needs to just
Go on vacation.
well, yeah. I think she needs to go on vacation.
She really needs a vacation.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I believe so.
Yeah, I don't know where KMM is. She was
Mm,
here for a little bit, and then she said that the storms were getting bad. So I don't know. Maybe
yeah.
might have knocked out her. Well, what do you think about that? What was it called? Something strike. That took all the
Oh,
internet down and all that other
well,
stuff.
it's gonna start happening more and more.
It's scary.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
it'll
it's
start
scary.
happening more and more.
They're gonna start freezing up all the IT and all the tech and
Yep.
why? Tell me why. Explain to me why. Why does somebody want to mess with us so bad?
Because they can't stand us. They can't stand our government. They think that we're all over here filthy rich and, like just so privileged. Well, what I mean, do they not see like Philadelphia? Do they not see like inner city Chicago? Do they not see downtown LA? I mean, and that
It's
was
scary, y'all. It's
that's
scary. And we
I
were
mean,
talking.
I can tell you what Detroit used to look like. I mean, and even okay, here's the thing about Detroit. They are building it up so much, and it is so beautiful down there now. In the
Hmm.
downtown, it's gorgeous, and they're building a hotel that's going to change our skyline. It's going to be beautiful. It's all
Hmm.
glass. But to get to downtown, you have to go through the ghetto. No matter where you're coming from, any suburb in the surrounding area, you have to go through the ghetto. And when I say ghetto, bad area,
Tent
um,
City.
not so much tent city, just poor, rundown houses that have boards instead of windows. I mean, I'm not judging these people. They're doing the best they can with
Hmm.
what they have, you
Hmm.
know.
Hmm.
Um, but what I'm trying to say is that you have to go through high crime areas to get to the inner city. And there's only one route I know, and you still have to go through a high crime area. It's not as bad. It would be safer because three-quarters of it you go through and it's a little bit more ritzy until you get to the border of Detroit.
Hmm.
And it's one of the nicer main thoroughfares. Jefferson, it's called Lakeshore Drive. It changes from Jefferson to Lakeshore Drive, and then back to Jefferson again. that Lakeshore Drive is the stretch where the Ritzy is.
Hmm.
You can take that down, and it's not too bad. But anything else is, any other street you take, you have to go through bad areas. And, I mean, I think we took the kids one time to the Detroit parade. It's supposed to be broadcast everywhere for the Thanksgiving Day parade.
Hmm. Hmm.
And we took them down there one time, and we took them one time to the fireworks. Thanksgiving parade was
Yes,
cool.
we do, Royal Apple. We do got to pray for our nation because you know what? It's going to hell in a handbasket.
Yep. Fireworks was just got awful. We went down there. We had lunch. We bought snacks and stuff for just go. And we went and found a spot. Sat there all damn day and night till the fireworks started. And we were right at a railing on the water where the barge goes off. People rushed it, and it was horrible because my Cronus was like 12 at the time, and he was like level to everybody's armpits height wise.
Hmm.
And there was a man that just pushed his way right in front of us that smelled so bad that he was like sick to his stomach and couldn't even enjoy it. And
You know, ugh.
and we were sitting there all day. We had 2 kids. You're a grown ass man. You act like you've never seen fireworks. I don't know. He was of a different culture. And
And
this
didn't
you're going,
believe in deodorant or what?
yeah. Yeah. I guess. I don't know.
You know, that's for a bad time right there. I'm telling you, have you ever been stuck in an elevator with somebody who don't believe in any kind of bodily
Oh, I had a
stuff?
horrible
Well,
we had a horrible experience when I worked in Virginia. There was one of the girls that she didn't use deodorant, she didn't brush her teeth, she didn't wash her hair, and she must not have bathed her nether regions.
other regions.
So put all those smells together, and she would come into work. And we went to HR because none of us wanted to get in trouble, you know.
Right, right.
So we went to HR, and it was like, look, something's got to be done because we were going to go buy soap, deodorant, shampoo, and just put it on her desk.
Hmm.
And they said, don't you dare do that. And it's like, it's horrible. Even it was I worked at George Mason University. So even the people that she interacted with at the university were complaining. And it's like, well, somebody's got to do it. And I think HR should call her in and tell her she needs to, be better in hygiene.
You know, when I was growing up, I had a friend of mine that kind of smelled like onions. It was terrible, and we were at a hamburger stand, and she goes, "Ew, I just hate the smell of onions." I said, "Really? I thought you kind of liked them because it smelled just like them." She wasn't my friend after that. Well, oops, oops. Sorry, didn't mean
Uh,
to do that.
right. Well, they never did do anything that I know of. And I moved and I came home. So I don't know. I don't know if anything was ever done.
You know, it's sad, is what it is. It's
It
really
is.
sad. There's a thing that's called a salt rock. It's a salt rock. It's a deodorant. It's a deodorant.
Yeah.
This rock
Yeah.
is right, and
Right.
you can just if you just get in the bathtub and rub that rock around, you'll take the smell away. But no, she, mm-mm, mm-mm. And you know, you'd get her, and you know, there isn't anything worse in the world than when you go, okay, well, I'm going to get my friend some cologne and maybe that'll help her out. And then she puts cologne on top of that smell, and
Oh,
cologne
that's
and
like the
cologne,
men do.
and then it's like, you know what? Don't do that. Just don't do that.
Right,
Just
right.
don't, because you're messing up the cologne. Now it smells like stinky cologne. I'm sorry. It just kind of weirds me out that even I don't know. Spray yourself off with the hose. That man next door during Harvey was spraying himself off with a hose. I saw him. I saw all of him.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was that was traumatic. When he went to the mailbox and I saw him, I thought, didn't recognize you with the clothes on. Sorry, sir. Well, you do. You got to help the elderly, and you tell them and shower them as much as you can. And the elderly, most of your elderly people know, and they don't want to smell like that. So
Oh,
they
but
do the
wait a
best they
minute.
can.
Oh, but wait a minute. I worked 1 week in a nursing home.
Yep,
1
that's all it
week
takes.
is all I lasted. And in that week, I had a man kick me in the stomach because I was trying to feed him lunch. And I had a woman pull my hair when I was trying to give her a shower. And I had a woman pee on me when I was
I'm
trying to
sorry.
wash her. And not only did she pee, but number 2 too. And it's like, you know
No
what?
wonder you only lasted a week. All right, look, let's go here. They say this is a life the way the path of life. You start out life in a diaper and you leave life in a diaper.
This is
And
true.
mentally, you come into this world not knowing much and you leave this world not knowing much. So it's like a total
Right,
circle. It's a total
right,
circle.
right, right.
The
Well,
circle of life.
right.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
no,
Oh,
no,
I mean, I get it. I got it. And I mean, and you don't want to you don't want to get mad at them, but
no. Bless their
because
hearts. They don't
I
want to be
looked
like
at
that.
well, here's the bad thing is I looked at the woman that did that, you know, um and asked her, "Why did you do that?" And she laughed. Oh my god, did she laugh. And it's like,
Well,
So you did that on purpose?"
well, see, like I said, you evolve into a grown up and an adult and a master, and then you start going backwards. And yeah, I can see a child laughing about that. Can't you?
Something. I don't know.
It's crazy. You know what? It just like I said, the circle of life. Start out good, and then you start out and get a little better, and then you get a little bit, and then you start going backwards. And you
Right.
ever notice that your dementia patients, they don't know what happened yesterday, but they can tell you what happened when they were
Oh
10?
yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing. It's
My mom
amazing.
my mom can remember every single one of her nieces and nephews and my dad's nieces and nephews' birthday,
My
but
mama too.
she doesn't remember what I told her 5 minutes ago. God bless her.
Oh, my mama too, and she can tell you how old they are.
Right. She can,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
She's getting to the point where she doesn't know how old they are, like her great grandchildren.
Mhm.
She can still remember the nieces and nephews.
Sure.
She remembers the grandchildren, but the great
Sure.
grandchildren, she remembers their names and she remembers the month that they're born, but she doesn't remember the age or the year or the date. And me, I just never really paid attention. So it's like, well, yeah, she was born in August. Well, what day? I don't know. Just in August, sometime in the end of August, I think. She was born at the beginning of, September and she was born in the middle of November and my mom laughs at me and it's like, "Mom, I'm not forgetting. I just never cared."
I gotta tell you, my mama's birthday and her wedding anniversary, the dates, one's the 17th, the one's the 19th. Now I know what month they're in, both of them. My mama's birthday's in November and her anniversary was in July. But I get the date for some reason mixed up. I think
Yeah.
her birthday's November 17th and her anniversary was the 19th. Or it could be vice versa because I always get them mixed up. And one time I called her up. I said, "Happy anniversary." She said it ain't for 2 more days. So I think it's the 19th.
I
Or you
remember.
missed it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I remember when I I remember one of my kids, and I don't remember which one it was, but one of them kept telling me my birthday was on the 12th. It's like, it's not your birthday. Your birthday's tomorrow. It's like, I think I know when I was born.
yeah, I think I remember my birthday. I can guarantee you I remember my birthday. And you know what? If I forget my birthday, I'm sure KM will remind me. When I get so old that I can't remember, KMM will remind me.
Yep, yep, yep. Oh, hey, I gotta tell you, speaking of birthdays, I got a card for my friend for her birthday. Her birthday's in August.
Uh huh.
And it says, "Happy 29th birthday from your 110-pound friend."
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Yep.
Mine
Yep.
is in January. Oh, yours is in January. You're an Aquarian, aren't you, Royal Apple? I'll guarantee you you're probably an Aquarian. Don't tell me you're a Capricorn. I'll bet she's an Aquarian. I'll just bet you. We'll find out.
KMM's back.
That's what. Yes, that's what I thought. Was she was an Aquarian? I would have put money on that one.
I
My
got
hu-
two.
my husband's an Aquarian.
Is he? I
Hmm.
got two January birthdays, and both of them. Oh no, I'm sorry.
Very good with horoscopes. Thank you. Very
I
very
got
good.
three. I got three January birthdays, two Capricorn and one Aquarius.
You know, Aquarians can go with just about anybody, but the sign that they're not really good with is Gemini. They're not good with Gemini. And they're not good with Taurus. I don't know that and that Ram. What is it? The Ram one.
Oh,
Taurus, that's a bull. And then the Ram.
yeah, yeah,
Aries. Aries. They're not good
yeah.
with them either. But they're good with everybody else.
Well, that's weird because oh no, my son's a Capricorn. I was gonna say Cronus is a Capricorn, and his wife Rhea, she's a Gemini.
Really? Oh, but he's Capricorn.
Yeah,
Yeah, they get along just fine.
he's the fourth.
The ram is Aries, probably Taurus. You know what? No, Taurus is the bull, and
Right.
Aries is the ram, and they're both very stubborn, strong-headed. And you know, Aquarians are usually pretty laid back, but boy, when they get their mind straight, they just dig their heels in. It takes them a while to get there, but once they get there, there ain't no moving them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's for sure.
And you know what? The two signs that are the hardest to get along are two Scorpios in the same room.
Libra and Cancer are pretty opposite.
Yep, Libra and Cancer aren't very good either. But you know what? I surround myself. I hate to be the one to admit it, but I surround myself with Libras. Everybody I know is a Libra. No, actually, yep, LJ is a Scorpio, and so am I. Well, actually, I'm a cusp. I
My
can be
mom was
whatever
a
I want to be that day. But yeah, two Scorpios in the same room. They're both bullheaded and headstrong, and they're going to have their way come hell or high water. And you know what? They're not going to listen to nobody.
my mom was a Scorpio.
I'll bet you found out she was pretty headstrong when she was set in her ways.
On certain things.
Yep,
On
yep.
certain things, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the Scorpios are good people. You know, I used to watch these sun signs. I read the book on the sun signs and did all that. But I wonder if I can find it. You keep talking. I'm going to tell you. There's a girl. There was a lady that did the different sun signs, and
Uh-huh.
she she acted out the different sun signs.
Oh, that's funny.
And I gotta tell you, let me see if I can find her.
Well, here's the thing. That's how we have this and this, because I'm a Libra.
Let me see. Sorry, I didn't know what it.
Yeah, and the
Yeah,
sunglasses.
because you could figure out exactly which one you wanted.
Yes.
Yep. Libras are like that.
Yeah.
They they teeter totter and they teeter totter and they teeter. But you know what? Once they finally make up their minds, yeah, once they
And
finally make up their minds.
and it's really bad when your kids catch on to this kind of thing because they'll be like, I don't know, mom. Which one do you think I should get? Both. Yeah. And
Right?
they would do that every time to me. Every time. Because they knew they wanted both of them. They knew they wanted both of them.
I gotta show you. Hang on just a second. If I can find her, go ahead, keep talking, because I'm gonna see if I can't find her. She is so funny.
Oh,
Let
yeah.
me see.
Good times.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you. Um, let me see. I used to watch her all the time. And I laughed because I thought, boy, she's got that one. You know, the one that's the sassiest? They say Scorpio is the sassiest, but not really. Sagittarius is actually the sassiest sun sign.
Is that towards the end of this December?
Yes. Yeah, they're very sassy people.
Yeah, because my first husband was a Sagittarius.
Hmm.
I think. No, 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 no. He was a
Here we
Virgo.
go.
He
I
was a
found
Virgo.
her. I found her. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. All right. I need to go to her site so that I can show you the rest of them. But hang on a second here. You guys are gonna laugh at this because you're gonna want to see your side. I can guarantee you. I love to watch her do the Libra side. She's doing the Scorpio side.
Not real easy for me to talk. I'm just one of those people that wants to go deep. I don't want to do the chit chat, fast moving, blah, 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 be in your head, pretend like you're really listening. And mostly my real fascination has to do with psychology and why people do what they do, really, and the level of consciousness that they're at, really. So I like to think about things like the occult, the other side, the invisible world, sex, because I'm real. That's why I don't talk. Because when I start telling the truth, people start squirming. Why don't you look at me when you talk? Tell the truth about what's in the moment. And looking at each other in the eyes and getting into the deepest place we can get into. Because all the whamby pamby, mippy dippy, la la la. Just make sure you got enough money and you do your job real well and you pour yourself into it and you got some good connection or good love making and make sure you got some family members around and that's it. Told you I'd wake you up. See? People only sneeze when truth is spoken. I have few people in my world that really matter. Usually it's a lover. Sometimes it's a kid. Sometimes it's my dog. Deep confidence, loyalty, and just
All right,
me.
now okay, so you kind of got the
Love
idea of
is
the
really
Scorpio, right?
nice.
All
And
right.
Honey, that so much is our conversations on the phone.
All right. So hang on. I'm gonna let me okay. Let me get her to show you your Libra. I gotta show you your Libra
And this has
because
got to be, this is going to be hilarious. It's got to be.
I love it when she does it. She does so good. She does so good. All right. We gotta go way back because she did this years ago. Um, I love it when she does the Libra. I laugh so hard. All right, let's go. Let's go. We gotta really go back a long ways here. All right, let's see. Cause I watched her years ago. Um,
Ellie Mae's practicing her vocal cords. She's up there telling stories.
is she?
Yeah.
Let's see here. All right, here we go. Oi. All right, we gotta share it here.
Gets along. It's my favorite thing is just being close to other people and really being in tandem. Those bicycles built for two, that was a Libra thing. Two people go on the bicycle at the same time, they ride together. How fun is that? Then you never lose the other person because you're attached at the hip. Twins. I like that concept. Or getting married. I just love the notion of marriage. You get married and you stay married for the rest of your life. That's like a Libra dream. I've been studying relationship and I study all kinds of them. People that work, people that don't work, and oh my God, there's so many kinds of relationships. And there's so many kinds you can have and not have, and they sometimes work and sometimes they don't. And I'm fascinated by it. I love it, and that's why Libras are lawyers, and they often are divorce lawyers because there's so much work. I mean, people get in relationships, they get in and out, they come in and out, just go on and on and on. That's my fascinating. I love relationship. It's so interesting who gets along and who doesn't. Have you ever noticed that? You really want it to work and then it doesn't really work and you really wish it worked and oh my God, there's so many things to think about and should you harmonize, should you compromise and oh my God, and should you give the person, no, maybe you should only do compatibility or maybe opposites attract, maybe they really don't attract, maybe you should be the same, I don't know, it goes on and on and on. So I've been studying it. I'm really interested in relationship. And one thing I love is colors because they can have relationships that you know for sure work. Like for example, you know without a question these two things, no decision, these two things match. You know, when you're a Libra, everything is included. You never want to leave anybody out. No, because harmony, you know, even if it goes off, even if it's bad, I like it. If we could be all included and we stay together and we do it as a group, you know what I mean? I just hate that feeling when someone goes off by themselves and whispers. I hate that. Or like clicky thing. When I was a teenager, I just hated that because I just want everybody to get along. I just love when we all are together, you know. Codependency, it's my favorite thing. We're not built to be alone. You always should be in partnership at all times. Don't you think? If you're alone for too long, it starts to feel a little scary. It's very hard for me to talk about myself. I mean, this thing's going to get really draggy if you don't start asking me questions because I ask everybody else, why don't you tell me about you? I'm really interested in you. I'd like to know what you do when no one's looking. You know, I'm very nosy. I got a lot of, I love to gossip. I find that fascinating. Who's in a relationship and who's not in a relationship. I could be on the phone all day long talking about other people. Just don't, you know, it's hard. You got to understand. I have a hard time. Do you know what I mean? Well, on the other hand, I can talk about me all the time. Well, not really. No, 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 no. I can't. No, I can't. You're right. Thank you very much. See, now there's a good example of partnering. I was vague. She was clear. I surrendered. That's what a good relationship is. That's really powerful. Libra. They like relationships because it helps them get clear when the other person tells them what to do. And if they don't like it, they'll always argue with you. They like to argue. It's just fun. It's that rat-a-tat-tat thing, you know, a little tension, you know. It's hard for me to make decisions, but when I finally do, I'm very good. I'm really good at designing and jewelry and art. I'm a really good artist. I work in teams. So I've got a partner who helps me have my point of view very strong. I'm strong. I'm very strong. On the other hand, I'm very sensitive. I'm strong and I'm sensitive. I'm partnering. Everything for me is partnering. This is so confusing. Yes, I'm strong. I'm strong when it comes to relationship. And I'm really good at colors. And I love jewelry because I
There
like to
you go.
design. I love to have beauty around me. I love beauty. I'm really not that good at anything, to tell you the truth. I'm sort of good. Not that I'm not good. I am good. I'm very good as a therapist. I bring everybody out of themselves. Go ahead, talk to me. What would you like to talk about? What would you like to talk about? Anger. Well, that's funny. Anger happens when someone doesn't do what you want them to do. And then I try to pretend like it doesn't bug me. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it doesn't really bother me. And then later I get really pissed off. You know what I mean? Like I want to be mean and I want to get mad, but I don't like disharmony. I hate disharmony. But I'm always with other people, so you got to get along with them, right? Who goes to this restaurant? I don't care where you want to go. I don't care where do you want to go. I don't care where would you like to go. I don't care anywhere. I get so pissed off because you didn't do it my way. But I won't say anything until it's too late, and then by then we'll be pissed off. But I won't tell you that either. So that was all secrets coming unveiled. When I finally get relationship going, I can get spiritual. That is where I find my greatest spiritual challenge. I really do want to understand how to harmonize with somebody some of the time. And the other half of the time, I wish I was by myself. Isn't that funny? I mean, half the time I really want to be there for them. Like I really want to understand them. And the other half, I wish they'd go away already. Because if you're with somebody for too long, and they start to get to know you really, and they want you to be you, and you're busy being them, and you're trying to figure out them, you're trying to wait for them to show up, and then it becomes your turn to show up, and you don't really know how to show up because you keep trying to do them and study relationships. It's hard. I find myself being so accommodating and so pleasing and so easy to get along with and so that I lose myself. But then when I'm with myself for too long, I find the spiritual journey, and then I end up finding the only way in the spiritual journey to get home is through relationships. So I'm like in a circle. By myself and with someone else, by myself and with somebody. But the best they say, now here's wisdom, is to be alone with someone else. Get it? That's profound. That's the truth of relationship. Who can you be alone with? Well, you're with somebody else. See, it's a little tricky being a Libra because there's so many points of view and there's so many angles and it gets a little confusing. But I'm very endearing. They say that I'm charming. And I really do want you to like me. So far, I haven't annoyed anybody, have I, with this sort of kind of thing? No, it doesn't bug you? Oh, great. You like me?
We like you.
A little or a lot? Oh, great. Thanks. Okay, just checking.
That's hilarious. Now I know.
Knock, knock.
Now
Hi
I
there.
know how our conversations go. I'd want to slap me. You're on mute.
Okay, so hang on a sec, because we gotta go over here and find
Aquarius.
let's find Royal Apple here.
But she nailed that right on the head, boy.
I'm telling you, she is good. She is good.
She nailed it. The only thing is that I don't like to argue.
All right, well, wait till you see this one. Ready? All right.
Okay.
Okay, Royal Apple, we're going to show what you're all about here. We're going to show everybody about you. If anyone wants to hear their sound, just tell me. But this is Royal Apple's here, right here.
I'm here today to dispel all the myths that you have about what you think is really what the spiritual stuff is. It's not what you think it is. So that's the first thing I wanted to say. So let me just tell you that I really believe that we should all in this room start looking at the nature of the electromagnetic field that's going on above your head right now. You probably don't know this. The planets are affecting you as you sit here. Right here, right now. Yeah. All the planets are having this pulsation. You know, if we could just be a little bit in the altered state, you would know that there's like pulsations going on. Right now. In fact, you know why that thing broke this? I'm sure of this. I have this theory. This thing broke earlier today because the electromagnetic field in this room is so intense. Those lights and all those crystals, I heard somebody saying that this morning. The lights and the crystals and the energy are so big in here. It's just so wild. I'm not kidding. Why else would it break? I know you think I'm a little weird, don't you? Because of these little paddles in my toes. I do these kind of things just to make sure that everybody's awake because I get bored. I'm like sort of like the Gemini thing, like I'm here too, but a little bit. I'm in the future. I'm ahead of my time. I'm not from this planet the way it is. Everybody's here. I have this fantasy that we could sort of be in a more advanced state. Right now, we should be able to talk without the microphone. If we were really in the advanced mental, spiritual state, we wouldn't even need this thing. We could just right now vibe each other out. I had this great idea. It's an experiment. I'm very into science. I've been so fascinated by the nature of reality. I thought to myself, time and space is not what you think it is. It's really not. Relativity, I think relativity is really going on here right now. If I could just get to it, I could figure out how to get there. So I did this little experiment. I'm going to do it, and I want you to follow me. I wanted to change reality. I wanted to do it quick, so I did this. I know. Nobody tried it? No, just me. It's okay, but I do notice that the way I am, it's not like everybody else. I mean, it's just the way it is. And that's why I've given myself permission to dress like this. Because I figured out when I was young, when I was just little, that when I got older, I should just like balance things out by letting myself be myself when I got older. So I'm a free person, I'm a free spirit. Anarchy is my specialty. That's why I wore those socks. You wondered, didn't you? I don't really believe in following rules. I believe in chaos theory. Like things break, that's great. Because it just simply means that nothing is the way it seems to be anyways. And Aquarius is very advanced. They are people who think ahead of their time. They're designers, they're futurists. Aquarians are very bright. They're brilliant. They are so smart and so dumb at the very same time. Honest to God. They are brilliant and dumb. It's a funny thing to say. You know what it is? Genius and insanity? Small little line. So I'm into tattoos, but I don't have any yet. So I imagine tattoos because that's the kind of way my mind thinks. It's ahead of itself. So I got the tattoos. I'm designing them, and I'll put them on my body later. Why should you go through the pain now? You know what I mean? It's a kind of an Aquarian idea. So just think of the tattoo, and then I tell everybody, and they think you could imagine it. It's like using the mind for higher reasons. I'm a little weird, yeah. And I can't connect with people real easy. Yeah, and people find me hard to get along with, but they fascinate me, or I fascinate them, I think. Which is it? And it's hard for me to even go in the mainstream. As soon as someone starts telling me something, I start to disagree with them. As soon as they ask me what I want, I always say no. Do you want to do this? I go, no. I just can't help. I say no to everything. So it's hard to get along with me because I'm so contrary. Well, it's just something about being contrary makes me feel like I'm being real. Because if I say yes and people start, I hate following. Why should you follow along with things that are, just because people don't tell you to do it doesn't really make a lot of sense. But you feel a little weird afterwards because you never really fit in. It's hard to make friends. It's really hard to make friends because you feel that other people aren't quite like you. But they want to be your friend. They like you because you're interesting. I mean, you think I'm interesting? But then if you did think I was interesting, you want to be friends with me, I don't really feel like you're interesting. Like Aquarius doesn't really care if you like them. So that's why they're a little bit, they can just read people's minds. It's so boring, isn't it? People are so predictable. They're so predictable because they're all like the same. Like, nah. Aquarians never walk in the same line. They just do a little thing. And it's not on purpose. Well, maybe it is on purpose. It's hard to say. It's just sort of a natural uniqueness. But I like people. I mean, I really am fascinated by a lot of them as a general rule, but the individuals, they're sort of boring. Hard to get in a relationship when you're me. But when I do find a friend, it feels so good. But that's why I wear these socks, because it keeps me aware that I'm not really normal. I could be an actress, don't you think? Lucille Ball, she was an Aquarian. She was publicly nuts, and he loved it because she was so weird. We found it funny. I'm not really weird, though. If you get to know me, I'm a great friend. Astrology, by the way, is ruled by Aquarians. Do you believe this? You know what else? I'll tell you I'll tell you a little secret here. You can prepare for your next life by ordering your chart now. Yeah, what you ought to do is study astrology and then prepare what you like, which ones you like, and put the order in early. I'm telling you, it works every time. I got the best chart this life. Check it out. I'm not promising nothing because I know better. I'm very honest. I'll tell you this right now, Aquarians, they tell the truth. So I've learned to go into science. It's the best way I could do it. I went to go research things. I went to study. And the more I study, the more I figured out, you know what? Everybody is a little bit twisted, but me, I say it out loud. But it's a lovely trait. I think it's quite lovely. Excuse me, I hiccuped and I blew my nose at the same time.
$10 can help fund powerful ads.
No. Well, Royal Apple, are you a true Aquarian? Too funny.
Okay, this one. Let me see. I didn't spell that right.
Oh,
Who would you like to see?
nah, I'm not. Cancer.
Want to see a Cancer? All right. I remember watching this one. All right. I remember watching this one's funny too.
I'm really glad that you're all here and that you're all at my house because I like to be at my house. I love houses. I could be like Casper the Ghost and sneak in people's houses. I love to look at how they decorate. I just love people's homes and how they put things together. They're so creative. Some people have such terrible taste. It makes me sick. If you're gone to somebody's house and gone, ooh, the vibes in here, yuck. I can feel vibes as soon as I walk in. I can. And sometimes it just makes me feel so weird. Like I don't even know why, but I get this icky feeling. What are we talking about there? Okay, I'll tell you about me. People say I have really good taste. Well, I don't really think so. I mean, it just seems so obvious. Some things just look good together. You know what I mean? Like you can always tell, even with people. Sometimes I meet couples and I can tell immediately if they get along or not, just by looking at the way they dress together. I mean, it's the weirdest thing. I get a feeling about someone instantly. It's like right in my gut. I just know. And I don't want to say it, but I'm thinking, what are you two doing together? Oh my God, that is so wrong. But I don't, don't say that stuff. So I try to, it's like always a delicate dance to figure out how to, because I get these feelings so strong. I just can't explain it, but I like know things. And sometimes I don't like what I know. Oh, I don't want to talk about that right now. Let's not talk about that. I don't want to get, okay, listen. No. So I, really good taste. Let me just, I love to cook. It is so much fun to have people come over and serve them, or to go to someone's house who's really known how to make a meal and sit at their table, and you can feel all the love, and you do that blessing thing where we all hold hands. I love that feeling of being connected, especially in my work. Like if I can work with people where I really feel connected, I treat people like my family. I do. To me, everybody should be your family. And then it makes me so sad when they really don't get along. Oh no, we're on that again? That icky feeling thing. I can't explain this. This is really weird. But I often get these really like someone in this room right now. I think someone in this room, is someone not having a good day? Because I'm starting to feel sort of weird. Listen, let's just start here. You know what the name of my sign is? They name me after a disease, cancer. On the other hand, maybe there's a reason. They tell me I'm a healer. Like maybe part of the reason why I got named cancer was so I could be with people who are in pain and make them feel better. Because I love to snuggle up. Chicken soup. I originally made chicken soup. I made it up. My grandmother, she was a cancer. She was so good. You go to her house and there'd be like the best smells. As soon as you walked in, it was like, And then somehow or other, I get this icky feeling that my grandfather wasn't feeling really good. And next thing you know, I get in this kind of mood and I'd be like, I don't really want to be here anymore. And then I'd be like, no, don't think like that. Try and think positive. And see what I mean? It's really hard being me. Talk about spirituality. I bet I can get high on. I love spirituality. I am so into the spiritual realm. Because as soon as I'm into that higher realm and we're out of the stupid lower human thing, it's like perfect. But you know what? In the esoteric part, if you can master this realm of emotions, they told me that it could be my final incarnation. I can get out of here. Honest to God, I read this in a spiritual book. The esoteric law of Cancer is that if you can learn the emotional realm, if you can really get, because do I look comfortable to you? That's why we're all these fuzzy clothes. I'm trying to get comfortable. Big deal to try to get comfortable. Like find the right comfort. I have to have the right furniture even. Everything for me is my pillows, my bedroom. Oh, I love my sheets. I love going to sleep at night. It sounds sort of weird. I know it sounds so weird. See what I mean? Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's skip the feeling thing for a minute. I'm done with the feeling thing. We're going to talk about business. I'm really good at business. I can make things happen. I can get things done. I'm tenacious. I am really loyal. Oh my God. And I'm so hardworking. My back's a little sore though. I've got something going on. It's the weirdest thing. Maybe it's the chair because there's something like it's hard to. Here, see, it's not easy being me, is it? I'll tell you something. I'm real, and if you get close with me, I'm the best friend you'll ever have, and that's true. My family, you ask my sister, my brothers, they love me. Thank you. See, The ones that know. It's hard to tell because I'm a crab on the outside. I have a little shell. So it appears to you like I'm cold sometimes, right?
Yes.
I'm so mushy I can't even tell anybody. I'm so sensitive, it's embarrassing. That's why I wear all these fuzzy wuzzy things. I try to like cover up. I'm not kidding. I'm so sensitive. It's hard for me to put, especially if I'm a man. Oh my god, I can't even talk about it. I can't even feel it. I turn to ice. So don't get confused. But as a woman, I feel everything. I cry at commercials. But the good thing is, I'll tell you what. I know this for sure. Spiritually, this doesn't sound a little funny because it looks like I'm whining, doesn't it? Like I got all this human nature going on. Spiritually, esoterically, I am so evolved. You wouldn't believe how much spirituality I have cultivated in this life. So what? If you think that just because I'm whining, because my name's Cancer, that's not a bad thing. Because in the end of the story, when you get done here, when they say to the pearly gates, "Did I like me?" I'm going to say, "I liked me," but the human experience wasn't easy.
This AI tool will take your idea and create a complete.
That is not the Cancer I know. Just saying. You're on mute, Connie.
Sorry, I'm over here just talking to myself. I don't know if y'all know any of these people, but she does this one. She does this one perfect.
I'm here to have fun. Enough with that deep shit. We're now going to have some fun here. Let's talk about the philosophical function of astrology. Do you realize that everything here is just a joke anyway? What is the difference? Do you think you're important? Do you think you matter? When you leave here, you're going to be a piece of dust that came and went. That's the truth. Life isn't really as important as we all think it is. You're here for a moment. You may as well enjoy yourself, indulge, eat, have a party, have fun, enjoy this place because pretty soon it's going to go. And everything is nothing. Everything is nothing. I am telling to you from a secret from my India. I am going to tell you from my country. In my country, we know everything is nothing, and nothing is everything. Do you know what I mean? This is the truth of everything. Everything is nothing, and nothing is everything. You want to write that down? Very, very wise. This is the kind of philosophical theory you need to consider. This is going to change your whole point of view about life. It's going to wake you up. It's going to make you feel good. You want meaning? I'll tell you. It is nothing. Nothing is meaning, and meaning is nothing. And if you can remember this, you will find yourself free. Because when you get to the Buddhist way where everything is nothing and you realize we're all leaving here soon anyways and you got 16 lifetimes in a row to go, and what's the difference? You realize you're not really having to worry about a thing because you're going to get it wrong, I promise. Everybody makes mistakes. I make mistakes. You make mistakes. We're all goofy. You do the relationship, you don't do it. You have the kid, you don't have the kid. You get married, you don't get married. The guy dies, he comes back to life again your next life. It's just a round, big, fat circle. And you think it's serious because during it, oh, it feels so scary. It's so serious. Oh my God, I'm going to make a mistake. Of course you're going to make a mistake. You're a jerk. We're all jerks. Nobody gets it right. Do you understand? Every single person here has made a mistake about 15,000 times. Your relationships suck. You suck. You're fat. You're thin. You're ugly. You got pimples. It just goes on and on. You think you're going to get it right. You're not. You're never going to get it right. You know the best thing you can do whenever you get stuck in anything? Pack up your bags and take a little trip. Get in the car, put the music on. It all looks so wonderful. The beauty of the wild beauty vistas. I love this planet because everywhere you go, it just gets better. When you get to the really scary place, it gets sort of interesting. When you get to the really happy place, it gets sort of, the whole point is a philosophical exercise here. It doesn't really matter. This reality comes and goes. We don't really know what's going on here. Have a little bit of drugs, LSD. I love those drugs things. Go into a shamanic journey and you'll find out nothing is what it appears. Write that down. Nothing is what it appears. Everything's bizarre. This is a philosophical truth of Sagittarius brought to you by Deborah Silverman and Astrology in the Moment. I don't like the sad stuff. I don't like all that heavy stuff. Oh God, why do we have to get heavy? Why can't life just be a ball of cherries? A whole bunch of them. We could throw the cherries at each other. We could eat the cherries. And they could be nothing and they could be something. We could make a big expensive ball of cherries. We can go to Tiffany's and coat them with gold and sell them for a mint and feel like we're somebody and get really rich and sell them and market them, put them on a video and have everybody come and eat the cherries. You could package them. You could market them. We could take them to the retail store. We could have a life together.
See, I'm telling you, I am telling you, but that is the truth. That is the truth. And I have a very good friend of mine that's Sagittarian.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna show you one more real quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's getting to be that time.
I know it. I know it. I always hate that time.
I know.
All right, here you go. Got to show this one because I know y'all know one of these.
That's my daughter-in-law.
Here you
Okay, so
go.
Gemini. That's me next. I'm Gemini, right? Yes. Okay. Gemini is really interesting because they're always thinking. I think all the time. I lie in bed, I just make stuff up. I love when things go wrong. It's something about that entertains me. As soon as things go a little bit off, I find this whole thing funny. If things go predictable and they're just all normal, it's like everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. I'm like, this is really boring. Being bored is not fun because for me, I have to find something to stimulate me so I can keep myself interested because when I'm interested, then life becomes colorful. Otherwise, I get bored. And when I'm bored, I get pissy. I'm giving you an example. I'm opening up the door. I'm showing you myself. It's not always I do this because sometimes I don't tell everybody all this, but I'm telling you, check it out. I've got style. I've got real style. I've got a real unique way of doing everything artistically. I've got a great artistic eye. Check it out. However, when it comes to big life decisions, it's a little hard for me. So I call my friend, I call another friend, I call another friend, and I forget what I said. Was I saying that or did you say that? Whose idea was this anyways? So it's a little bit hard for me to keep track of all the ideas, but I do include lots of people in my world. I'm very social. I've got great friends. Oh, people love, put me in a party, drop me off, poof, and I know everybody. I sit next to this one, I sit next to that one, and I just want to go soon because nobody else is there to talk to. Unless, of course, someone's really intellectually interested. Now, there you get me. If you can get me going intellectually, I am so interested in you. Oh, you could keep me going. But as soon as I got to the point where I know what you're going to say, because I've heard you say it before 3 times, please. You know, that's why I love to go home by myself. I can entertain myself for hours. I got little things going on here. I love stamps and stickers and mailing things and getting little things. Email was a great Gemini delight. How to communicate in 3 easy steps. Ding done. Okay. So lots of people and going on that internet thing where you can go into all those encyclopedias and read all that information. In fact, I love information. That's why I've got 3 magazines. Count them. And I don't care what it's about. I can sit and read any magazine at all. It's the colors I get off on. I do commercials on television. You know those like, let me think of some. I'll say them and you'll start to laugh. Like, good, good. Camel's chicken soup is good. Now, why is that in my head? That's a Gemini kind of thing. Rinky dinky tunes. And I love those kind of things. And I can just come up with them all the time. People think I'm so funny because that's what I remember them. And you do too once I remind you. That's what I like having me around. I've got a great memory. I do. I have incredible memory for all kinds of little tidbits. I've got little quirks. I love that word. Quirks, perks, and perky, and a quirpy. Kids are my favorite thing. Now, you know why I like kids? Kids are fun to play with because they tickle you. They're not caught in all this grown-up bull. Excuse me, should I swear? That's the Gemini kind of thing. Words slip out of our mouth. Oh my. Try not to say those things. So sometimes I get really quiet. I don't talk at all. You know why? No one's listening anyway. I figured it out. So I talk to myself. Put the headset on. I can entertain myself for hours. Look out the window. Who needs people? I got enough inside of my own head. I am not boring. One thing they will not say about me is boring. Did you say emotional? They always ask me that. I've studied that. I've read books about it. There's sadness, there's anger, and there's all kinds of different feelings that I haven't quite had a direct experience of, but I am studying them. I can't do anger yet. Anger is an interesting one. It's something about getting really pissed off, and then I change my mind. See, my whole thing is just change your mind. Don't go there. Who needs to change? Really, I just tell people, don't get yourself all screwed up about that stupid emotional stuff. Just change your mind. But I have had a little problem there because I get stomach aches. That's my only clue. I mean, I get a little confused. I get sometimes emotional, and then I have to eat sugar. I love sugar. It's one of my clues that I'm sort of emotional. But it doesn't really come in a direct experience, if you know what I mean. It's hard for me to feel. I can do emotion. It's just that icky feeling thing where you get really caught in it. It's like, I get bored. I'm very funny, very witty, entertaining. I've learned over my 16 different relationships to finally get loyal. Love color. Oh, I love it. At the end of the story, I figured out loyalty is an important thing. Really, the telephone numbers. I know everybody. I meet people, they like me immediately. Wouldn't you like me? But it's just that people get so boring. I mean, after a certain point, you're going, come on. I love good conversation. When I feel connected to somebody intellectually, can I go for it, baby? I'm not good at pretending, okay? It's either real, you're in my eyes, we're making connection. That's why I'm loyal, when the person's really with me. I can stay in the game with somebody to keep up with me. That very first person, I liked them, that Aries thing. That was really fun. But that last person would drive me out of my mind. We've talked about the trees once too many. I don't really care about whether or not you want to eat chocolate again. Oh my God. That is not interesting to me. Interesting to me is science, modern physics. Let's talk about Marilyn Monroe. She was a Gemini. Brilliant woman. Yes. Every Gemini thinks they're real special. They're not real special. It's predictable. Don't feel bad. It's always true. Geminis think they're so special. Gemini's a little bit nuts. That's the point. Don't be surprised when the Gemini's a little bit nuts. It shouldn't be a surprise. Write that down. Gemini nuts.
That's my daughter-in-law, Rhea.
Don't you love it?
Yes, I do.
You
But
know
it's
what?
that time.
It's that time. But I'm telling you, so there's some of your sun signs there that y'all can get kind of an idea about.
It's funny. Thank you
Horoscopes are
for
a lot of
sharing.
fun.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Royal Apple, for joining us tonight. KMM, if you're still in here. If not, we missed you.
And everyone else that came in tonight came and went, and ran and hid and did whatever. It was nice having you here.
Love you guys. We
Love
will see
y'all,
you
and we'll see you tomorrow. Take us
And
out of here, Linda. Take
okay,
us home.
here we go. It's coming.